Hello and welcome. I am Cindershadow, and today we're going to talk about my absolute disdain at what I'm seeing the newest Magic the Gathering set has turned into. It's an absolute travesty of a train wreck, and I'm just going to go over a couple things here. And honestly, to be honest, this is why I've stopped covering a lot of this topic. I just Magic the Gathering has gone down a rabbit hole that I don't think it's going to come back from anytime soon. Hopefully one day we can turn around and enjoy the game for what it used to be, where people gathered and actually played the game and actually had fun with the game. But now it's just a train wreck of a mess that is inviting children to do drugs. Read a lot because the cards are so much text on these cards now. It's hard to even fathom a new player picking up the game. But this newest set is so unappealing to the point where I actually have to make this video and say, listen, guys, if you're still playing Magic, it's time to look for a different hobby, because what you're doing here, it's just horrid. Wizards of the Coast, what have you done with the game? It's gone down a path that people cannot follow anymore, that people just don't want to do anymore, and that's why I've stepped away from it. I don't know. I don't get it. But let's look at these cards, because trying to read the card and understand the card are two different things. Majorly wrong with this set. The failures with the set is absolutely horrendous. And everything just looks so busy with the set. I can't even look at the set for more than 10 minutes. So hopefully we can keep this nice, short, and sweet. Well, first thing first, it pains me to see this is where Magic the Gathering has gone. A once great, amazing game that used to be fantasy and wizards and dueling and all these things, spell slinging. It used to be an amazing game. Now I look at it and I scroll through a set, and this is off mythicspoiler.com. The things that jump out at me is somewhere we have a shirtless guy in the middle here. I don't understand it. That's fine, whatever. I don't care. And then Titan of Industry here on the side. I'm going to look at this card a little bit more closely, but that's an elemental. That's a building. What? Like this is insane. This is not what I understand for Magic the Gathering. Unleash the Inferno, that kind of looks neat. I guess, what is with this boxing stance? Are we going back to the World War time? Like, this set looks absolutely tragic in the way it's been designed, and every card is full of text. Every single card is full of text to the point where I don't even want to read half the cards because there is so much on them. I want to play a game. I don't want to have to sit there and explain every single card in detail. And this is part of the reason why I've stepped away from this type of content, because it is grueling for so little benefit from it. Like, how many of you guys are actually going to watch this video? Probably I'm going to say I get 50 views on this video, right? So that's why I've stepped away from this, because it just doesn't, I'm not satisfied with it. And from just a player perspective, I am frustrated beyond belief with what I am seeing with the recent sets in these years. This is why it's been a hard step back from the game. It's absolutely dreadful. Like, some of the artwork is just horrid. But every single one of these look like they're dressed up in like a dapper sort of, it's supposed to be like a wizard mixed with a gangsta sort of look. I don't get it. I don't like it. Like, what is this? You're wearing furs and shawls and stuff like this. It's so weird in itself, just the way it looks. Like, Witty Roastmaster, is he pulling out a pocket watch and blasting a guy with it? Like, it doesn't look like he's actually summoning a spell. He looks like he's pulled out his pocket watch, opened it up, and blasting someone with it. I can't even tell what's on that card. You've got Human Citizens, Devil Warriors. Like, this is what Wizards of the Coast thinks it was to live in the time of gangsters and Tommy guns and all these things. It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't jive very well with a set. It doesn't look like it coincides very well. Everything looks weird for what it is. This isn't high fantasy anymore. This is high fantasy trying to be gangsta oriented, and I just don't get it. Vivian looks very strange in itself, like Vivian on the Hunt. Vivian, a green planeswalker that's known for going out in a wooded jungle, is going into a city landscape to go on the hunt. Right? I've played a lot of D&D, and there is the prestige class with rogue and stuff like that where you hunt people down, and that's kind of more what this is instead of a ranger. I don't know. Halo Fountain. Halo is supposed to be this drug. It's actually supposed to be a drug. And at some point, Wizards of the Coast put a thing out there saying, "Oh, make Halo part of your your LGS pre-release event and put out candies for kids to play with for tokens, and this is a game rated for 13-year-olds that are very impressionable, and Halo's supposed to be this all-inducing mana drug that they have in there where people are drawing Halo to cast more spells and making them more powerful." I'm like, so you want me to represent giving kids PCP or crack at the table in the cards? Like, this is where I'm at right now with Magic the Gathering. This is my thought process. What? It doesn't make any sense. And then you got a Topoptery Stomper, a plant dinosaur in the middle of this. So someone grew a dinosaur in a greenhouse and threw him out in the set. I don't know. And then Shadows of Mortality. Okay, so they're taking a Harry Potter reference and making one of the creatures from the Fantastic Beasts movies. Like, I just sit here and I go through it. And then the one thing I can't unsee is with this exotic pets, it looks like the evil guy from Incredibles 1. Like his mask and everything like that. Exotic pets are now a thing of Magic the Gathering. You mean to tell me that someone went out and made a fish tank, and now you're summoning those fish onto the battlefield to fight for your side? Create 2 1/1 blue fish creature tokens. This creature can't be blocked. Then for each kind of counter among creatures you control, put a counter of that kind on either of those tokens. Well, the counter part, I don't even get that when it comes down to it. But seriously, exotic pets? Interesting. If you have shield counters, this is a slow but more effective way of killing someone. Sure. Mysterious Limousine. Okay, so we got vehicles back. Vehicles are one of the most hated mechanics in the game. They should never have been born, or at least they should be done in a revamped version. Honestly, if a creature is crewing a vehicle and the vehicle dies, the creature should die with it. That's the way I see it. When you crew a vehicle, you should have to sacrifice more at stake. There should be more at stake there if the crewed vehicle dies. Whenever Mysterious Limousine, it's a Mysterious Limousine because, we're in, what is this, 1920s, 1960s or something like that, for the gangster style lifestyle. Prohibition had better style than these cards do. Whenever Mysterious Limousine enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 other target creature until it leaves play. If a creature would be exiled this way, return each other creature. My God, how much do I need to read? I'm sorry, this is just, it's frustrating beyond belief looking at this. You got the dinosaur here again. Yeah, I'm not even going to read these. Like, Titan of Industry, I'm sorry. A building coming to life as an elemental in a magic world. That's where we're at now. That's where we're at. We're not summoning a creature out in the middle of the woods. We're trying to live close to the bow and actually place this in the middle of a city. We went to Ravnica, which is a high fantasy city, and that was more telling than this. This is like, what? It's a Titan of Industry. So now for the next 2 years in Standard, people are going to be playing this card as a skyscraper that comes to life to beat down your planeswalkers. This is where we're at now with the game. This is where the game has gone. And this is absolutely unbelievable that it's now at this place. Oh, Luxadores, Grata's gift. If you don't understand the rules of this game, you won't understand this card, and you're going to lose every single time because this card breaks the fundamentals of the game. For one, equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on it. Okay, cool. That seems normal. Equipped permanent isn't a planeswalker, and it's a creature in addition to its other types. So now you can equip planeswalkers. So this has a special cost of equip planeswalker of 1, or you can equip a creature for 3. So counters, that's great. This is going to break the game in a lot of ways for the counter side of things, but the fact that you can put this on a planeswalker and now their loyalty counters count and create a 1/1 per loyalty counter on that planeswalker, then it's no longer a planeswalker, so your opponent can't directly attack them on the battlefield for when you're attacking. So then they can't lose loyalty, but they then can block themselves. But can you, like, this is breaking the idea of a planeswalker in the game. This now is kind of protection. Yeah, you have the weakness that they can probably get rid of it easier because it's no longer a planeswalker. It's now a creature, so creature spells can hit it. But this card is a fundamental sin to the game. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. And people are going to bend this card to their will in this game to the point that it's probably going to skyrocket through the roof, and then it's going to plummet so fast and hit the dirt so fast that the meteor that killed the dinosaurs will look better than this. Oh my god. And then boxing ring. Now we have a boxing ring in the game. Are you kidding me? So we're dueling wizards, but we're going to go fight it out in the ring. We're going to punch each other in the face. We're dueling wizards, and we're in a boxing ring now, fighting it out, literally punching it out, instead of casting my spells and letting my summon creatures come out. This is two different ends of the spectrum of where Magic the Gathering was and is now. It was a game of high fantasy, wizards, dragons, everything like that. Now, it's come down to, it's a boxing ring. Yes, this is a commander card. It's not in the base set. But now, we might as well go to Las Vegas and make bets at the next boxing fight, because that's where we're trying to take this. They're literally trying to take the version of an esport out of it and turn it into a violent physical game in a boxing ring. I'm beyond frustrated looking at these spoilers, trying to understand them. There's cards in here that, like one of the newer cards that came out that I saw today, let's see if I can find it here really quick, doesn't even make sense. So newest spoilers, this is the easiest way. Where is it? Where are you? No, right here. The Legra the Magpie. It's a Bant color, so green, white, blue. When Legra the Magpie enters the battlefield, exile any number of other target creatures controlled by different players until it leaves play. When an exiled card enters the battlefield under your control, this way, put two 1/1 counters on it. First off, you filled up the text. You're filling up the text to the extreme with these things. And this is one of the newer cards that came out today, and I've had to reread this about 20 times to get the base understanding that, yes, for each player in the game, you can exile one of their creatures. Then when this leaves play, those creatures come back into play. The one that you exiled that was your own creature comes in with an extra +1/+1 counter on it, ×2. That's how this reads, but it is a very convoluted mess. It's very hard for a new player to understand, and even myself, a seasoned veteran of the game, don't understand this right off the bat, and I have to reread it a bunch of times to come down to it. This set looks absolutely dreadful. It looks worse than Strixhaven was, and if this is the way it is, this is probably going to be one of the last videos I do on Magic the Gathering, and I might be removing it from my title of the game because I can't even support this. I can't sit there and play with this game because it's absolutely ridiculous where it's gone. It's hard to understand. It's not easy anymore. It's not a game that I feel that can be easily played Now, you can't just turn around and play it in the middle of a library with your friends. Now you're sitting, a match is going to take you 40 minutes to just read the damn cards, right? And they're trying to speed up the game. So in arena, you can play a game in about 3 to 6 minutes. In real life, it's going to take you probably an hour to play one game with your friends. God, I don't want to go to a pre-release on this one because you're going to be sitting there rereading the cards 1,000 times over, and you could be doing so many more things. Especially when it's like $35, $40. I'd rather just go play and buy a video game that's really bad, do a review on it, and tell you guys, listen, don't play this game. But I did because I got some entertainment value out of it. I hope you guys did here too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Proud Canadian Phoenix signing off. I hope you guys had a great day. So before I leave you, don't do this. Don't take these to your store because this will get you kicked out of the store and arrested. In most cases, brass knuckles are actually illegal. Do not do this because it will. And like, this is what this set is promoting. Violence and drugs. And Magic the Gathering, the good old state, the good old thing for Magic the Gathering used to be, if you didn't want your kids to do drugs, teach them how to play Magic. Well, now it's just going to be a gateway towards it. You know what? I don't have a problem with you guys doing that. It's just, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, someone goes out there and makes brass knuckles in a 3D printer and go, oh, I'm going to bring them to it. Don't do this. This will get you arrested.